Link TV, connecting you to the world. Link TV is viewer supported. Watch more at linktv.org.
Today on Earth Focus, new aquaculture technologies like vegetarian diets for fish may raise healthier farmed fish for markets and protect the oceans. Coming up on Earth Focus. The wild fish we eat may be gone in less than 40 years. Gone because of overfishing, pollution, and our inability to manage the world's fisheries. More than a third of the fish consumed in the United States today are farm-raised. And as global demand for seafood grows, aquaculture, or fish farming, becomes even more important. New technologies at Baltimore Center of Marine Biotechnology are helping make aquaculture better for the environment.
The easiest way to understand aquaculture is it's basically it's farming aquatic species. I work mostly with fish species here, but aquaculture extends to oysters, clams, crabs, any kind of aquatic organism that you're basically farming is aquaculture. The systems that we work with here specifically are considered recirculating aquaculture systems. So we do as much as we can to recirculate as much water as possible and to have a complete disconnect from our local environment. With population increasing worldwide and global protein demand increasing worldwide and fisheries decreasing every year, we have to find a way to solve this problem.
We really have no time to waste in developing the aquaculture methods and techniques and scaling up to a commercial scale now and producing the food that we need to feed the world.
Scientists here have a new idea for producing marketable fish, changing what they eat. Feed made from plants instead of small wild fish.
One of the big pushes in the industry is to replace fish meal because of the scarcity of fish meal, the quality of fish meal, and most importantly, the cost and environmental impacts of fish meal. So right now we're examining 8 different diets, 4 fish meal based and 4 plant protein based, to examine what differences we have. And we have pellet versions of our diets, plant protein and fish meal. The biggest thing is this overfishing. Even though for fish meal production we're mostly catching fish that aren't directly consumed by humans, we're still catching a huge number of fish out of the wild, and that number is dwindling every year, and the price is increasing. One of the other big factors that's a huge concern is contamination with PCB contamination and mercury content in wild fish that's then caught and used to raise farm fish. And we can bypass all of that and create a much more sustainable product by utilizing plant proteins.
Are vegetarian diets the future for farmed fish? Scientists here think so. Plant-based fish diets reduce pressure on small fish in the oceans, fish upon which many large marine species depend.
I believe that aquaculture is the way to go in the future for one reason is everything's contained in that system. You have control from the beginning when the fish are fingerling size all the way up until the market. You know everything that goes into that system and into that animal. In our recirculating aquaculture system, 100% of the water is recirculated. Part of the recirculation system, we have a mechanical filter that removes the solids out of the system. Normally, individuals that would use a recirculating system would dispose of those solids, usually in landfills, after dewatering them. And what we do is we collect them in a tank and let them settle and concentrate. Then we take those sludges that are concentrated on the bottom of the tank and we pump them to another tank. And in this tank we have microbes or bacteria. And what they do is they consume this sludge as a feed, as a nutrient source. And they give off a waste product of methane gas. We collect that methane gas and then we're able to burn that. We're actually able to recover probably about 10% of the energy that's put into the system in the first place, which is a significant recovery of energy.
The overall goal of all of the research that we're working on is to be able to produce a diet that is completely fish product free. I think that the future of fish that you're going to see in the market is certainly going to be aquaculture products. And one of the big things is knowing where your fish come from, knowing where they were raised and how they were raised, and now more than ever, what they were raised on. And what we can say to people that are, worried about the differences in fish raised on fish and fish raised on plants is that fish raised on plant meals, from our research, it's a much more sustainable product, but we've also got significantly less contamination in terms of PCB content and mercury content. And the United States is pretty good at growing plants. We've had 2 trials completed with striped bass and Mediterranean sea bream. We had taste testing panels analyze whether or not they could tell a taste difference in fish raised on fish meal-based commercial diets or a plant protein-based diet. Conclusions of those trials were that they could not taste a taste difference in the fish in either species between those 2 diet types. Personally, what I'd like to see is, the United States, in terms of regulations, kind of get more involved in allowing certain types of aquaculture to continue and to grow in the United States. The systems that we utilize, the recirculating systems, can effectively be deployed in any kind of an urban setting that has infrastructure in terms of water supply, water treatment, electricity supply. And so that's a big advancement as well, the ability to raise marine species profitably in the middle of the country would help grow the industry very quickly.
If I was talking to a consumer that would eat seafood once or twice a week, I would let them know, rest assured, that aquaculture fish are very healthy, they're very safe, and they're really good for an environment.
Link TV is the only U.S. network dedicated to global and national news, uncompromising documentaries, and diverse cultural programs. Programs which connect you to the world. To learn more, visit linktv.org.